Sculptor, you'll sometimes see Gravekeeper go broken windows because they are a very easy chase target for a chip hunter. And then also sometimes you'll see Forward go broken windows, so you can because Forward's also an easy chase target for something like a Sculptor. Not easy, but it's chaseable. And then you might actually have Priestess be the one with Tide. So there's just so many different options that work out here. Of course, the most standard ultimately is Forward and Gravebring Tide Turner. They may actually just go single Tide Turner overall. Looks like Gravekeeper is going to be that first chase here. He's able to dodge that first statue, getting under the pallet here, forcing the Sculptor to break it. That's very important here. And he's going to go ahead and transition away. Actually using, it's kind of an interesting interaction, but using that accessory, I think that's an accessory. It
Yes,
actually makes
accessory.
it, yeah, it makes it so you can actually see the Gravekeeper shovel easier. So typically with Gravekeeper, you like to just not actually have any accessory because it blends in with the ground easier. But it is a cool accessory, though, I have to admit. And we actually see that he is able to recycle that shovel, still have two because of that Gravekeeper buff as well.
And now Psychologist utilizing the portal to go to graveyard side. Priestess already taking the tram, not taking any chance to get any presence to this hunter. And now Psychologist will be the second one in kite. Now the status will be placed going around the graveyard area. There is a window ball here, just waiting a little bit, trying to kite an open areas. One of the best ways to kite and taking the first hit right here, but a Psychologist, he needs enough time to heal, and Blink will be forced out for the hunter, and it will go right into the pallet. Perfect Blink, Eli, like go right to the wall. Ooh, very close to the dungeon, but no, she's gonna just try to chair her right next to the basement because she also needs to control the ciphers. At the same time, we see everyone has rotated, and the one who is going for the rescue immediately is the Forward with the stun rescue.
Ford is able to make that rescue. Looks like Ford did carry Tide Turner. Will Ford go first? Oh, gives a free double hit. So maybe a misstep from the Ford. He's going to use this double hit to go for a stun. And he's just going to cheer Forward. He doesn't have to go for Psychologist. Psychologist getting healed anyway. He can actually just get free full presence off the Ford. Ford's going to use Football to not give the full presence here. But he gets hit by the... Oh, they both get hit by the tram. And, I mean, it doesn't really matter. They're both going down anyways. But he does not give full presence. So it actually ends up being okay for Forward here. So still a chip away from full presence for TMX here, but this position's actually not bad for the Hunter. Obviously, you do lose the first chase target with that Psychologist, but Ford used every ounce of their football on that first rescue. So Ford maybe overextending a little bit there, and I expect the survivors may not even go for a rescue at all. They may potentially just try to go for a draw here. It looks like Gravekeeper potentially pressuring here, is able to not give any chip hits at all, so that's very strong. Again, no full presence just yet. And let's see if Mini Blue actually will go here. It looks like no, just feeding Tinnitus and waiting this out as long as possible.
Yeah, I'm going to try to chip damage the Psychologist from the long distance, and Forward still on chair. Just like you said, I don't think it's gonna be a rescue here because there is just so much items on the map. There's only 2 shovels, and then also there's no more Forward with football, so I don't think there will be a rescue done. However, though, Priestess is light up, so they're gonna be also very dangerous because they will know where is her exact location. There is already a long distance portal set up for transitioning, and gotta be careful with the tram once again. That it is on the wow, now gonna destroy the portal before going to second floor. Ooh, now finally reaching the full presence, and Priestess will be set in a very tough spot using a portal just to buy some extra distance, and now it's only going to be about 3 machines left.
Yeah, and Priestess is going to use another portal here. I can't get Mind Game here. Priestess needs to be very careful. They are going to get back through the portal as well. They can actually just go back to the pallet. And it looks like they're not going to go to the corner house pallet. They're going to use the last portal as well. But the Desperate Fight is going to come into play here. It's going to heal, or not heal, but allow that recovery to be very, very fast here. And Priestess should go down right here. Misses that swing, though. But Priestess does not have any more portals, so she is going to go down in the corner here. But, I mean, Priestess didn't really do much. She kind of just dropped 3 portals, and it still ends up being a good enough kite for a draw. That's really the power of Priestess on this map, especially in the corner house area. She could have easily extended that kite, of course, if she utilized potentially that corner house pallet, but instead, just kind of, using up all 3 portals. That's still okay, as long as enough time is wasted, which, it was in this instance. Gravekeeper can come for a rescue, and we can see Psychologist prime the last Cypher Machine. Will the Hunter opt to potentially teleport away here? I think the only chance the Hunter has here to potentially try to go for a win is teleporting that last Cypher Machine, and just like that, trade swap into teleport, going for the Psychologist. Can they get the swing at the window? No, Psychologist gets the vault off in time, has that broken window speed boost, I believe, and will be transitioning towards Graveyard.
Yes, now Gravekeeper will get the princess out of the chair, and now they're both also going up to the other cipher, while Psychologist will buy as much time as possible in this graveyard area. There's no blink on the line, so they will just rely on the status. However, though, for a full presence Galatia, this is not seems like be a hard task. So it's all about time and the mind games that's gonna be doing here around this graveyard area, taking the last hit. Actually, Eli, this is one of the strong things about Ada, that she can take 2 hits and she can still kite for a little bit long time, so that is buying so much time. The last cipher is 50% being decoded by the priestess, and if I see correctly, the Gravekeeper will be the one ideal coming for the rescue, but no, they're both trying to decode 2 ciphers just in case. And I think that's something that we see often in competitive play. They always decode more than 1 cipher because they don't want to put all the eggs in one basket, and they definitely want to, ooh, it will be a basement party here for Galatia, putting Ada in the basement for the first time.
Yeah, Sculptor is going to be able to drag them all the way to that basement. They're unable to struggle free. The question is, how does he pressure this last cipher? Gravekeeper is going to immediately drop through with that shovel there. The Sculptor did not see it, so they're going to be able to get a free rescue here. But you got to be careful. Cyber Machine is primed, but drop down is still in effect here. Going to try to force heal, forcing the Sculptor into basement. But she has the full presence statues. If she can get the Psychologist down with statues here, that could be very strong. Goes for the drop hit, hits the Psychologist. Will Gravekeeper go for the force heal? He's going to take the... he doesn't take the hit. They get the pickup. They get the pickup here, giving a balloon hit as well. And they're going to have to pop the Cypher Machine. Psychologist is dead on chair. They needed to try to go for the pop even after the drop hit. Of course, it is risky. But, yeah, the basement being so crucial there. If Psychologist doesn't die basement, that's a tie for the survivors. Now we're going to see teleport to the exit gate. Does catch wind of the Priestess, who does have some portals to work with. So this is a very difficult chase for TMX. But ultimately, it's still at least probably 3 survivors eliminated here. So yeah, a team like BL that, really has the advantage in terms of experience going into this matchup is now already on the back foot in this first round.
Yes, now we're gonna see the Gravekeeper trying to go to the main gate while Priestess buying as much time as possible, maybe going to try to go for that dungeon dash. However, though, they can only be open once the gate is open. Getting some window speed boost, nice vaulting, and now another portal right here. Utilizing this area, this is the power of Priestess portal, especially in this map, but we will see against a full presence Galatia is going to be tough, Eli. So we're just gonna wait and see how it develops. But so far the Gravekeeper is already out, and now we will wait for the Priestess to just do some final struggle here try to get dungeon.
Yeah, so this is an interesting, actually, kind of situation. What happens here is basically the Priestess needs to try to dodge these full presence statues long enough for them to get a portal back. And what they can do with that portal is they can either go towards the other building and potentially try to portal towards the open exit gate at Graveyard. Oh, they are going to take one more chip there. They need to dodge at least 2 more sets here for another portal. And they're trying to pressure here, going around in this area, trying to mind get the Sculptor as much as possible. Goes for the window wall here. Can they go for the juke? No, they were not able to get the juke. Priestess getting a little bit, going for a premature vault there. I mean, I guess in that situation, you risk getting hit with statues anyway. So, but that portal was so close there. So if they're able to get that portal, they can push that Graveyard exit gate potentially through one of those buildings and maybe distract the Sculptor on. Prospector, of course, being an early round option. It's not something you see every day, but it is more standard of Japan region players to go Prospector early. And really, that's really the only region that goes for early Prospector plays. So looks like we're going to see a Graveyard gate spawn from the Breaking Wheel immediately rotating towards middle. Does catch sight of, I'm not sure who that is just yet, but he has caught sight of his first target here, and it looks like he's going to go ahead and get out of wheel form. I think that's the forward. Gets an early trap on the forward again. This is a repeat of what we saw yesterday. So a forward, if you get spiked early as a forward, you have to football away so you don't get trapped here. And unfortunately, it's going to be a huge misstep from the forward, costing them a very, very fast down here. Forward's going to go down right away to a snap. He's going to be able to drop down. He's going to be able to football to try to make distance, maybe try to get to something like a portal, but he's going to have to use so much football just to avoid the snap. And PB Trust still going to have, if this is PB Trust, we actually don't know. But Liz is going to have snap online in a moment here. Going to go ahead and use that magnet, forcing him back into wheel form. But he's already injured forward. He's going to get a spike on the Prospector, forcing him to remove it before he goes back to decoding. And he can also take down these portals in the process.
Yeah, there is already Blink online, so Priestess here will be very dangerous. Gonna try to force the Blink first so they can just know that he has Blink. this time survivors don't know what is a trade, but most likely will surprise either blink or excitement. So that is something that survivors need to watch out for. Another portal here, avoiding the trap, nicely done by the priestess Yume right here, going to second story, one of the strongest kiting areas for the priestess. There's still no portals right now, so you just have to use this area of pallets and will have to move away, and then getting again into his car and going back through the portal and trying to find another target because he doesn't really feel the priestess yet.
Yeah, he's going to go ahead and go for Ford instead here, able to get that spike here. Ford is going to go down to a basic hit and is going to use the rest of the football to get away here. Looks like we're going to see the Acrobat try to go for a bomb, but he's going to give a free hit because of it. Oh, another unfortunate misstep here for the side of TMX, and this is slowly just working into this Breaking Wheel's favor. I mean, the survivors had such a strong position, but just yeah, Forward not using that football early on was a big turning point for this Hunter. And then we also, so we're gonna see the blink right here. Oh, he gets stuck on the wall, but Ford runs back into him. Can he make it to this pallet? Needs to go for a mind game. Gets the pallet stun, and the blink now becomes useless. Any point in a match where Breaking Wheel goes for a blink and misses it, that's a game changer. That's super important for TMX. That forces him back into wheel form. He's gonna go down to a snap here, but that's another 30 seconds wasted with blink already expired here. And the Ford is still kiting. He's gonna go all the way to the corner and still juking this, able to avoid the extended spikes as well here. And he actually misses this too. He should go down to this trap. He is excellent trap there, but it doesn't matter. Enough time was wasted here where the survivors already have a drawn position. If TMX does get 2 out the exit gate here, they will win round number 1.
Was almost 3-minute time that they contain, all of them contain the Hunter, and that is a very good cooperation already from the survivor side. But just like you said, there's already coming someone for the rescue. It'll be the Acrobat, the one who is in the close area, and now we'll try to use, oh no, cannot avoid that trap. Amazing trap from Liz right here, and Acrobat will be taking the last effort, giving enough time for the Forward to also move away and almost stop him from getting into this portal. And now Liz going right to this portal once again, and I think he lost the Forward, Eli.
You know, he just went through the portal so he could take down, because as a Breaking Wheel, what a lot of stars do against a Breaking Wheel is they'll wait for the wheel to get out of wheel form and then take the portal. But what he was doing is he was simply just going through the portal to remove it, so the Ford couldn't go through it, and then just zoom back over to the Ford with that fast ability. So that's what a lot of Breaking Wheels do, is they don't want to get out of wheel form to break the portal, because then the survivor can easily just take it. So they'll just go through it in the wheel form and then just turn around and go right back to the other survivor. Looks like he's going to play very aggressive here, changing on to the Priestess, getting 1 spike there. He's going to head back to the chair here to make sure there's no free rescue from the Acrobat, but it doesn't really matter. He's camping this out very well, but the last 2 ciphers have progress, 76%, 45% as well. So the Breaking Wheel really needs to try to get another quick down here if he wants a chance to come back here. Has caught sight of the Priestess, trying to force them. I think he's just going to get out of wheel from here. Oh, and he's got to get the hit. No blink used as well. Priestess needed to camp that window so they could at least force out the blink there, but it looks like was not able to get that out here. He's actually going to switch to Peepers here and just select the Priestess and play more aggressively, try to pressure down these last ciphers.
He's putting so much pressure here with the Peepers out as well, and now it's only going to be up for the Acrobat here to take the kite. With only 1 ball left, it's going to be very difficult as a full presence Breaking Wheel. So what the survivors are doing right now is just try to rush up the last 2 cipher machines somehow. Prospector almost finishing his machine, and as soon as that, going to snap the Acrobat right here, placing a Peeper, not even wasting time on the chairs. This is something really some Breaking Wheel really do, because they don't want to get the risk of the survivor standing up and finishing the last cipher. And since there is no more trump card on the hand, he can only use the Peepers to slow down the cipher machine. So this is the only thing left for Breaking Wheel. But once again, he got his full presence, so he's going to try to find the Priestess once again, down her down, knowing that she used the self-heal, and going in for another down, using the flywheel to avoid the trap. Nicely done from the Priestess, putting down another portal. This is a head-to-head match right here. Priestess using the portal, Liz going immediately there and immediately going for the trap.
He is going to be able to get the down on the Priestess, but that was so much time wasted there. Yeah, 2 cipher machines already 50 plus here. The Stars can easily just split the last 2 cipher machines. He's going to go ahead and go towards Corner House, which is the location of the Prospector. This is not an ideal find, because Prospector, you got to go for 2 hits to get him down here. Prospector he's gonna go down without using the magnet as well. Prospector doesn't have flywheel. He brought broken windows for a breaking wheel, which honestly makes no sense. I don't really understand that. And unfortunately, it does cost him there. If he had flywheel, he could have dodged that full presence. The breaking wheel taking advantage of that, just going to get that full presence on. And the last Cypher Machine is now primed here with the Priestess on the ground. I don't know if they have self-heal available. Acrobat may just have to pop the Cypher Machine straight up. Yeah, and they're going to have to push for the end game. Not ideal at all for the survivors here. And Liz has a good chance at least getting 3 survivors eliminated, which would tie up the first round.
Yes, it's gonna be very difficult, but I believe Priestess might be going for the rescue because she got those portals and she can utilize them to just reach the survivor on time, getting down the Acrobat. But you have to remember the Acrobat hasn't been chaired yet, so it's just buying some extra time for him to transition away and going back to the Prospector chair. And thanks to the Priestess portals, they can just split and once again try to get the attention from the breaking wheel away from the gate. And he knows he's just following the trail of the Priestess portals, and finding her once again very close to the tram. This gate area is going to be very crucial here. How long can she contain a full? Ooh, just going to snap immediately the Priestess and going to chair her. And the other survivors, which is the Prospector, is going to try to touch the Acrobat so he can stand up. But the only saving grace here, Eli, is the Priestess first time in chair, so she can buy so much time. Actually, there was a dungeon as well, but this seems to be a very difficult situation for the survivors, even though with those magnets.
Wow, gets the magnet, but it's going to push him right into the trap. Prospector is going to go down there, and if Acrobat doesn't have self-heal, that's it. This is over for him. He's going to go ahead and share this Prospector here. We're going to see, no, that's it. No self-heal for the Acrobat.
Go 10% extra. And then for the rescuer, either Priestess or even Mercenary, they can use it for speeding up the rescue 50%. So I think Postman here will be the star of the show because we don't really often see Postman. So here we go. It's gonna spawn right next to the graveyard and heading already back to back gate. Probably going to find the first target, and we'll see whether Liz is picky or not about the most ideal target that she wants to chase.
Looks like it is going to be catching sight of the batter here, and this is not a great chase target, and actually not even going to commit. Going to go ahead and rotate towards Church here. Good survivor rotation here, but the Postman, rotating right into the Sculptor. That is going to be perfect here for Liz, but Postman is the best target, eliminating that Decoder. Already gets a statue hit right away, able to dodge that. He's going to take the basic hit. He gets the statue with the window. That was a perfectly placed rebound, and that gets an instant down onto the Postman. That is a great start for the Sculptor. No Cypher progress at all already. Liz has a extremely winning position here because of that. Yeah, as soon as I saw that statue on its way back, I was like, there's a really good chance that can potentially hit, and that was perfectly placed there. And I don't even know if Liz did it on purpose, but it worked out excellently here. And just like that, already a huge disadvantage for TMX here. Sculptor still has Blink available, has a full 6 set of statues to work with. First down on the Mercenary, getting an extra presence in the process, and there's really no chance of rebound cut because there's Blink and a full set of statues. There's nothing the Postman can do here. Mercenary, of course, making a nice rescue. They're not giving any free chip hits, but it doesn't matter. All they have to do is go for the Blink right here at the window. Is he going to use it? It looks like he now is going to use it. But Batter's here to harass, and that's a second missed Blink here from Liz, 2 games in a row, and that actually gives a little bit of a rebound potential just because of that one Batter ball. Postman able to avoid the statue here. It's really going to be a mind game here. Does Postman have flywheel to work with it? And a portal setup, keeping alive even longer, and the Batter's coming back. Excellent support from TMX. This is actually just perfect for them.
Nice dodge from Liz coming from water, but Butter got another ball ready for him using the little pallet vault and going out of the church, buying some extra time. They're trying to keep this Postman alive as long as they can, and will be coming down with the stat to chip damage. And Liz is still 2 more chips for full presence. Butter coming here again, picking up his balls. He gotta keep all his items close to him so he can stun the Hunter. And now he's going to see who's going to come for the rescue before he flies. I'm pretty sure this rescue is gonna be down Eli because the Hunter is right there harassing both ciphers, and I think that if they rescue, they can buy some extra time. But the thing is that if they do rescue, they will definitely give full presence to her, and that is the full presence sound. Dogo and Ball from the Batter, both of them getting on Liz, really slowing her down, and that is going to be all up to the Postman. How long? Oh, that chip was again the statue. Perfect statue from Liz. There's really not much Postman could do at this point, but really nice guide and nice support from the survivor team.
Yeah, I really don't understand the concept of going for multiple rescues here. I mean, the down was so ridiculously fast, to a point where rescues don't. I mean, the first rescue is fine because you have batter support. Maybe you can extend that kite a little bit longer here. We are going to see Priestess take that first hit there, but it doesn't matter. This is a four-person elimination. It is impossible for TMX to get any survivors out in this situation. As long as Priestess goes down, nobody can rescue in this situation. Mercenary and batter both will go down here, and there is no cipher progress at all. You have one cipher at 50, one at 30, and the last two ciphers really have not been worked on at all. So this is 100% a four-person elimination for Team X, which means that sorry, not for Team X, for Liz, which means that BL, their survivor side, they only need to get one out. They need one out the exit gate to win when they play survivor here. So just an excellent job here getting that first. Oh, excellent dodge from the batter. Two dodges in a row here. Wow, beautiful job for the batter. Those statues collided so close to each other, and batter did not give a single free chip away here. But again, it doesn't matter. Nobody can go for a rescue here, and the ciphers are nowhere near done anyways, so there's just no chance for any escape here for TMX.
Yes, mercenary here trying to avoid the status, and just like you said, this definitely looks like a could be a four-man kill, and it's very scary because now she has teleport on hand, and the batter will just have to avoid all that status, missing the ball right there because Liz also did a very good job going very close to the wall just to avoid the wall, and that is something that we have been seeing. Liz is getting better at, like in during this match, the beginning of the match, he took those balls, but now just doing a really good job avoiding them. And we see the batter will transition away. Will he try to get to this window? But no, there is one more ball on hand, but will be taking one last hit. And just like you said, this is at 4K, happens to not be available at the time. So I think the best survivor for sculpture to go after will be definitely postman, because patient with those hooks and acrobat with those balls will make it difficult from the beginning of the match.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to load it to the batch here. Sculptor immediately spawning at the top of Graveyard, going straight towards Backgate. Does find one spawn here, which is the location of, I think that's Mini Blue, which is the acrobat. So not a bad target early on here. Is able to dodge the stat. Oh, getting pushed back by the statue. An early hit and a statue follow-up as well. What an excellent job for the sculptor. The acrobat waited too long to go for the bomb. They needed to go for that sooner, and he's able to walk around the slow bomb as well. Mini Blue gaining a little bit of distance in the process, but this is looking just like a repeat of the last round. So you know, we saw a very quick down for Liz here. Can can TMXU also do the same thing here? Goes for these statues, acrobat able to get the bomb off in time. Uses the wrong bomb. He uses the white bomb there. There's no reason to do that. He's going to go down. He needed to use a red bomb. If he uses the red bomb, he can't use statues able to make it to the pallet for free. Using the white bomb there does nothing. There's no objects for the sculptor to interact with. So a huge misstep from Mini Blue here, unfortunately. Is going to cost a very, very fast down. And all of a sudden, TMX has a chance to go for a four-person elimination.
Wow, that was a very fast down. It's almost same time as the first one, like you said. So 1 minute kite, and now it's going to be for a normal hit for the mercenary, forcing the early rescue as well, not letting him buy more extra time on the chair. And acrobat will still have one red bomb, unable to utilize it because of the statue chip damage, and now going for last effort while she using the skill already unlocked for looking for a CCTV camera. At the same time, there's only one more chip for full damage, and he will get the last effort and the full presence.
Yeah, Mini Blue feeding full presence there as well. That is not looking good for the survivors at all there. TMX you playing very well, but Mini Blue just having a bit of a rough match so far. Let's see if they're able to potentially turn things around here if they do go for another save. I expect them not to go for any sort of rescue at all here. Again, the goal is get at least one survivor out the exit gate, so there's no reason to push for a rescue on this acrobat. Acrobat is currently out of bombs, did not get another red bomb, so or doesn't have any more. I don't believe has any more bombs to work with right now. So this is going to be the position is still possible to draw, but it's going to be tough. The sculptor has a really good position here to get all four survivors eliminated. Is able to double chip onto the postman as well. So very nicely placed statues from you here, and we may actually be seeing an extra round here, Soy, if you can continue at this pace.
Yes, definitely, Eli. We saw how high are the stakes here. He needs to get a 4 kill no matter what. So he's focusing right now on doing that. He's going for this Cypher, looking if there's anyone here, just harassing Cyphers and the survivors at the same time. Don't forget, he needs to do both. He needs to multitask. He needs to go after the postman. He found him immediately using the status chip. We'll see whether the dog, no, the dog didn't lock in, and now we'll go just for a normal hit here down the postman, and already one survivor eliminated. There is still 3 ciphers remaining, Eli, and the decoder is going to go to the chair.
Yeah, it's still possible for the survivors to go for a tie here. The reason why is that the patient's able to pop the cipher, and we do have cipher progress on 2 more ciphers already. Mercenary cipher, I believe, I can't tell which one that is. It looks like that one's at 30%, and then the bottom broken cipher already. Oh, patient takes 2 hits, and now there goes any sort of draw potential. Yeah, the survivor's unable to dodge any of these statues. You placing the statues very nicely. You know, what had to happen there is patient had to make that rescue, go and pop bottom broken
Yes.
cipher, and then mercenary could have popped the other one, and they would have had a drawn position because patient gave 2 free hits right away. No one can go for any rescues at all. The only one that could maybe try to save is mercenary, but if he takes any chip at all, then he will go down immediately to a basic hit.
Yes, definitely. And now we see that the patient is already moving away. He knows it's too risky to go close enough, and now trying to find a way, maybe going to try to just buy some distance, but mercenary is still giving some earmark. So I don't think he's gonna go for the rescue anymore. Just giving some earmark, forcing you to stay in this area while patient gets enough time to transition away. And now you will utilize the skill to just find the patient immediately, giving another chip damage. This is really strong gameplay right here from a full presence sculpture, and at the same time they cannot pop the last 2 cipher, and this is very detrimental for the survivors because that's the only way they can take at least 1 survivor out. They need to pop 2 ciphers. And now Panda already got found once again. Mercenary with 1 elbow pad. Let's see whether he can make this kite and buy enough time for patient to also move away. But no, Yu is in the middle, controlling both survivors and ciphers. So she's definitely high the higher ground here, Eli. So it makes it really difficult for the survivors to move an inch.
Here we go. Using that full presence is able to see that patient with that chisel, and you know, also the patient did get crows as well. So just trying to dodge these statues. Patient able to avoid these, staying alive a little bit longer here. I think we're gonna see he's gonna hold on to his trump card. I believe it's probably a trump card build. Holding on to that blink a little bit longer here. Let's see if he's going to use it to try to get this down on the patient. Patient needs to use that hook. Oh, no! He gets the hook canceled in the process. There's the trait swap in a teleport going straight for that mercenary. Only 1 elbow pad available. And yeah, just a common theme throughout this entire match is the survivors, they have not been able to dodge any of these statues. Of course, you know, Yu has excellent statue placement so far in this match. Oh, and mercenary eats another one. Another free statue hit. There's just too many statue hits from the survivors. Again, excellent statue placements from TMXQ, but you also have to be there. You got to be more conservative with your kiting. Prioritize dodging statues, and in this case, the survivors for BL did not do that at all, and that really works out for you here. We're gonna see patient get back up here, but it's really just a matter of time with 2 ciphers remaining. Maybe they can pop the 85% cipher, but they still need another one with at least 60% progress, which really isn't going to happen. And another statue hit from onto that patient. Will he get the last one? It looks like no. He is able to stay alive a little bit longer, still has another hook to work with, but it's not a great kiting area for him overall here. And he just hooks into he gets the vault off somehow. And he's going to stay alive a little bit longer. We see fast pallet breaking speed. So this is actually a no detention build. We actually see confined space and trump card then.
Yes, what an amazing vault from the patient, hooking to the pallet and then vaulting it, avoiding terror shock. That was really great gameplay right here, buying so much time, but at the end it will go down eventually because it is a full presence Galatia after all. And now just going for the 90% machine with the mercenary, and he's feeling heartbeat, just transitioning away because he already used the self-heal, so there is no much chance for him to, if once he's down, Eli is going to be a GG's because it's gonna be an all kill. So this is definitely delaying the inevitable because it looks like the mercenary is going to be trapped by you status around this middle broken area.
Yeah, and it looks like he is going to be able to get that last down, securing a 4 elimination. And yeah, that was what we called.
So she can easily stuff a rescue using a long distance mirror image and just stop the rescue from happening. So this is actually very risky in my opinion.
Yeah, and we're gonna see the Bloody Queen is gonna immediately go towards the no man's land area, trying to find this first survivor to target. Is gonna use that mirror image right away here. Are they able to get that first hit onto the survivor? Yeah, it looks like yes, they were able to get the first hit onto the batter. That is the main rescuer and supporter of this team comp. So if they're able to get the batter down quickly, that could be very big here. Looks like we're gonna see the beast come in. We're gonna use that to push the hunter back a little bit here. Gonna go ahead and eliminate the beast as well. So the beast kind of being expended a little too early there, maybe a bit prematurely here. And the batter needs to try their best to try to mind game in this area. Does batter have flywheel available? We're gonna find out here, and it looks like is gonna be able to use a flywheel, but still goes down to that mirror. Excellent job from Liz here. Very, very fast down. And keep in mind, if Liz does eliminate all the survivors here, it will be a win here for the side of BL.
Yes, BL definitely going in so strong from the beginning of the match, targeting the batter, getting rid of those beasts at the same time. The acrobat is being sighted, going through the mirror directly to the Cypher, while still camping the batter. And this is a strong thing about Bloody Queen in such a map like Arms Factory, hitting the chair, but now taking advantage of that chair hit and now trying to hit the entomologist, getting that body block very nicely done. And now batter gets a little bit chance to buy some distance, going around in this little pallet wall area. And now going to try to get a little ball in her. Ooh, Liz eating that ball from the batter, buying some extra time, might be able to do. Ooh, there is a mirror image again, going away from it. They definitely know how to kite a bloody mirror image, and now it's going to this middle area, waiting with her with a ball, waiting for her with a ball right there, going transition to the middle, and the beast will come back again. This is very exciting, Ila. There's now a huge
Goes for the blink there. Still was able to get that hit there. That's a really big play from Liz here. Gonna go ahead and mirror the Enchantress as well. Is gonna be able to. Nope, he's gonna go ahead and flywheel that first swing there. Still gets the hit on the Enchantress. So I'm really not sure why Enchantress was kind of just in this area, maybe trying to go for a harass there. But against a Bloody Queen, it doesn't work. It just gives a free hit to a mirror image. There's no really reason to go for that. And it also brings up the question, why play Enchantress in this situation? Enchantress is a good character when you're expecting Sculptor, Sculptor, Bonbon, Geisha, or Breaking Wheel. But the problem is, you know it's not going to be Wheel, you know it's not going to be Sculptor, and you know that Liz doesn't really play Bonbon, so why really go Enchantress here? You play right into Bloody Queen, which is exactly what's happening. We're going to see mirror image onto the batter there. Is able to avoid that first swing there. Going to go ahead and switch places, try to trap them in this area. Goes for the swing. Is able to avoid that. Goes for the mirror angle change as well. Could the batter potentially kite this out all the way? And no, gets the hit at the last second. Batter almost able to avoid all of that. An excellent job there, but again, Bloody Queen just such a strong chasing hunter. And Liz on track maybe to get all 4 survivors eliminated. We're going to find out shortly if Liz, again, has to get 4 out here to secure things right now. If Liz does get 3 survivors eliminated, then on the side of TMX, they'll all have to get a 5-point game of their own. But basically what has to happen here is that the survivors need to try to get at least 1 out here.
Yes, there's 3 ciphers remaining, making it really difficult. Everyone was buying some time while healing too, so they want to be all healed up. And now there is Enchantress just trying to hide here, but Liz immediately spot her out. Oh, that's the entomologist using the beast to her maximum extent. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a very tough area for kiting, getting on the beast and then forcing Liz to move directly, switch images, and now using the full presence to just hit the mirror image and taking the first hit on the entomologist. Very dangerous here because this is where the basement is. So you don't want to stay in this area for too long because that will be put a lot of pressure on your team going for the basement rescue. So entomologist here needs to just try to rush away from the mirror image and the basement at the same time, getting on those bees again. Nicely done, but once again the hunter will see the entomologist light up right after using the bee. So that's one of the things that playing entomologist against Bloody Queen is, like you said, not one of the most ideal survivors, but she definitely bought some extra time for everyone to heal up. As you can see, the ciphers are still 3 ciphers remaining, putting a lot of pressure on the ciphers machine right now.
Yeah, the problem is that they haven't started the last one, right? So even entomologicals in the rocket chair, doesn't matter. Mirror image is back online, traits online, and they have not started a 5th cipher machine. So this makes Liz have a winning position here. He's going to go ahead, cut off this survivor from a distance, goes for a blink onto the Enchantress here. Enchantress has to be very careful. All they have to do is go for that mirror image And if he hits the smear, this will be 4 survivors eliminated. Goes for the flywheel to avoid that. Can he get the hit there? And he gets it. No, it doesn't hit the chair. And that one registers onto the chair. And Enchantress makes the save. If Enchantress does not make that rescue, oh, but goes down to that hit as well. So Liz making things interesting here, but Enchantress at least got the rescue. If Enchantress does not make that rescue and get stuff there, that will 100% have been 4 survivors eliminated. But now this gives them a slight chance here. We're going to see the Enchantress get shared into basement. Acrobat starting on that last cypher. She needs to be the Entomologist, ultimately be the one to pop it. Acrobat's going to have to go for the rescue here, but Enchantress has a lot of stacks to work with here, so maybe there's a chance that can make it out of basement.
Yes, those stacks right there hold a potential risk for Liz. So now going to just mirror the Acrobat. This is very important here, Eli, because if he gets hit there, it will be very crucial. She just needs to switch mirror image and finish him off. So they definitely need to not avoid getting hit by that long distance mirror. While Entomologist has no items on her hands, no beast, nothing to work with. So that's one of the things with this type of late game Bloody Queen. She drains all your items and she puts survivors in a really, really difficult situation, now having to come for this rescue, while the mirror image is already once again on the Acrobat Cypher machine with 60% on decoding progress. That really makes it really difficult for him to finish it before Enchantress flies back to the manor. And just like I said, she will just switch mirror image and be sure to get that hit on the Acrobat, chasing him away from the last Cypher. And this is the pressure that Liz puts at the survivors of TMX, pushing them away from their last Cypher, forcing Entomologists to start a new Cypher, while Acrobat will go down so far away from his teammate. So this is definitely so difficult right now. I think at this point, Entomologists, her options are actually not that many. What do you think, Eli?
Yeah, the options definitely are limited here. This is looking like a win here for BL and for Liz. Just gonna try to. It's really just a matter of time here. I mean, the only chance for the survivors is maybe they can kind of distract. One can pop the 70% cipher, but he's just gonna kind of stick around here in this area. He knows where the cipher is. He has abnormal. He can just kind of kick the cipher progress down if he wants to, and he's gonna do it right here. And now there's really just no chance to pop the last cipher. I'm just going to look for the Acrobat. Entomologist on the ground here. It's really just a matter of time. Has to find that Acrobat. Once he finds that, that is going to be 4 survivor elimination. 4 survivor elimination, and BL will advance here. So, yeah, just a matter of time. Excellent job from Liz. Going to go ahead and probably use a mirror image. Kind of in the, just a shot in the dark mirror image here. Try to change the mirror angle to see if they can find a survivor hiding out here. But, again, in the long run, yeah, there's the mirror image. He's not going to find anyone with this angle because the Acrobat has now gone for the heal onto the Entomologist. But I think the Bloody Queen's probably maybe caught wind of this and will go back towards the Entomologist to see if they do get tinnitus at all. We'll have to see.
Yeah, doing some cleanup here, destroying balls, destroying pallets, and just going all the way right to where she left Entomologist. Actually, interesting enough, Eli, I really thought that instead of Abnormal, she would just switch to Peeper, because that's why some hunters do towards endgame Bloody Queens. They would just want to have the vision of the survivor. So if she switched to Peeper, she would just put a Peeper right next to Entomologist and just leave it there. And when the Acrobat comes to heal her, she will be able to have a vision for the both survivors. So very interesting option here, but just like you said, she knew that the cipher was only it was like 66%. So I think Liz felt that it was way too risky to leave it like that. So that's why she went for the abnormal instead of the peepers, as you may say.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, just going for this Acrobat here does not have a ball to work with, so he will go down right at the swing unless he has a flywheel available. Looks like Noah is able to avoid these hits, staying alive a little bit longer here. And actually, Entomologist has started another cipher, so this is interesting. But I don't think Liz is going to allow this to happen. Yeah, just going to go ahead and go back for the Entomologist. Basically, what can happen here, if you're Liz, is you can kind of just camp both the ciphers. You can stand on this middle cipher machine and just mirror the other one. So they're going to go ahead and abnormal this one first, and then they're going to go ahead and try to pressure off the Entomologist from the other cipher machine. Will he go ahead? He's got a mirror image here, so just trying to find a survivor that's worth chasing. Obviously, both would be here, but excellent job for the survivors, just kind of playing it slow and hiding out here. Still trying to get one out. They need to get one out here if they want to force the last half of this third round.
Definitely, they need to get one survivor out, and that's all they need. That's why they're forcing that last cipher, because that's the only way that they can get the gate. Oh, there is some there's going to be a new ball here coming from the acrobat, but it is a mirror image after all. Mirror images doesn't really work against the acrobat ball, and he will go down once again. And Liz, after spotting out the shaking cipher, she would just go to that location and just throw a mirror image either left or right, and thanks to the ability we'll just be able to spot on the entomology. So it's just a little bit of a waiting game here, because Liz pretty much got full control of the ciphers and also full control of the map. So the only thing she lacks right now is the vision, that she cannot really see where the survivors are. But this is when the game sense comes into play. Like, you will see how strong the game sense of these hunters are, and they will just be able to look around and then sometimes just spot the survivors even though they don't know where they are located. They would just use their hunter instinct to hand down the last survivors, and that's what we're gonna see, ladies and gentlemen. IVE Lee's going in for striving for an all kill.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, we talked about just a matter of time. Once they're able to, Bloody Queen's one of those hunters that just has kind of endless pressure. You can just camp one of the ciphers and mirror the other one. Might abnormal this just for good measure. The abnormal progress is really just not going to go at all. It might go down like 5% here, but we're going to go ahead and mirror here, trying to find the location of the last survivor. They are able to get the heal off, so I mean, TMX is really, they're not giving up here, and this is actually good. I
Yes.
mean, they're making Liz work for this, and if they continue to play like this, again, there's still a chance that they can maybe get one out. You know, keep in mind, every time that abnormal gets used, it's less and less for the next one. The abnormal progress will not be as strong for the next one. So we're gonna see Liz looking for who's ever hiding back here. Acrobat, I think, has a white bomb to work with, so we can use that to try to make distance. Not gonna go for a mirror just yet here. Acrobat needs to try to force out a mirror, and as soon as that mirror goes up, Entomologist knows they're free to decode until that mirror cooldown comes up. So there's the mirror. Acrobat is going to go for the bomb here, and misses that swing there. Can Acrobat go for the bomb here to try to make distance? No, Acrobat not using it. He held onto it a little bit too long there, and Entomologist is not able to finish the cipher in time, it looks like. So, and the Bloody Queen knows. They know that they're at Shack. They're going to go ahead and look for them here, and once they find the Entomologist, they can get that last survivor eliminated.
Yes, interestingly enough, entomologists decided not to go for that vault to get some items to replenish her items. So that was very interesting, because there's two coffins at this place. But I guess she was just afraid of a mirror image, and then she will get terror shock if she gets found vaulting that. So I think she was just not into doing that, because some survivors will go all the way for just trying to get some item, like either perfume or a remote control or a syringe, and that might be a game changer sometimes, because if you get the remote control, you can heal yourself and you can finish decoding a cipher while you get tinnitus, and that can work sometimes. But I guess in this time, entomologist was just not going for that, and she just focusing on finishing the cipher, and also buying some extra time for the acrobat to just either. And this is it very interesting, really, because now there is a possibility for dungeon. Eli, if you see, the dungeon is also appearing in the middle, but it's going to be very difficult with no items to go for a dungeon escape as soon as the acrobat bleeds out.
Yeah, and it looks like it's tough here. Again, if you're the entomologist, you know, as you mentioned, the best option here, try to search a chest. Maybe if entomologists can get a syringe and actually heal themselves, then maybe they can wait for the acrobat to go down. Also, entomologists will not get crows if they heal themselves. Oh, but they do get crows here, and that will be it. As soon as entomologist gets that crows, it is over. There's the hit on the entomologist. They almost were able to pull that out there, but not quite enough here.